Welcome to Money in the Air, the music podcast about neighboring rights, the royalties you earn from the public performance of your recordings and the business of music in general. Brought to you by IFR, the International Association for Artists and Rights Holders. I'm Andrew, a royalty consultant helping artists to collect on their value.
Hi, I'm Gina Deacon. I work for Absolute Rights Management and I work with record labels and artists to ensure we claim the royalty income due to them.
I'm Stacey Haber and I'm from Inside Baseball Music Publishing.
Hi, I'm Tanya Oliveira. I work for Transparence Entertainment Group. I focus on World X USA neighboring rights on the performer side and rights holder side.
Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to have a bit of an LOD refresher for our producer music creators out there who have not received their neighboring rights royalties because their recordings, their interest in the recordings have not been allocated by way of an LOD. So we are going to talk about LODs as a refresher today at Sound Exchange and at PPL as two societies that are examples. So who would like to get us started for today? Do we want to talk about the PPL perspective?
At PPL, they have their own unique form and you have to get the featured artist to sign it. And they have to basically corroborate and confirm like, yes, this person was the producer, was in the studio contributing to the direction of the sound. They sign it, they date it, and then you send it to PPL. And it's simple as that. They just kind of attach it to the recording. And then that producer gets around 10% of the royalties. So it's kind of like a non-featured contribution. It's that level, like if you're a session musician. But I know at Sound Exchange, kind of up to the featured artist, isn't it? You can basically determine your own percentage, which is interesting.
That's correct. So the producer percentage is determined by the agreement of whatever the artist has agreed to pay you. So that is usually the percentage of whatever their royalty rate is at their record label. So if an artist has 20% as a royalty rate, and you have, just say, a producer PPD of 10%, then at Sound Exchange, your producer royalty allocation will be 50% of whatever the artist receives by way of that LOD. And if it's in the agreement, if the Sound Exchange LOD is in the agreement and it's signed, but you're not seeing the actual recording inside of your Sound Exchange portal, then go ahead, take that LOD and submit it in the portal as an LOD, and you will get your producer royalties that way. You don't have to necessarily wait and ask the artist or the artist camp to submit it on your behalf. You can go ahead and do that if you do have a signature on file within the agreement.
And just to clarify what the forms are, so when we talk about an LOD, we're talking about a letter of direction for Sound Exchange. And when we're talking about PPL, we're talking about an eligible producer form. And if you wanted to get a copy of the forms, for PPL, you can go on to their portal, if you're a member, and download a form and use that as a blank template going forward. And for Sound Exchange, you can do the same for an LOD as well.
Directly within the area in the portal of where you submit the LOD, it always gives you an opportunity to download a blank LOD form and then also an Excel sheet. And something that I think is very interesting is that it not only gives you a blank template to download, but it also requires you for both the PDF LOD and the Excel spreadsheet pointing to the track information. So what is the name of the song title, who is the featured artist, and what is the percentage that is to be allocated to you as a producer. Again, if you don't do this, then you're going to be missing out on a stream of your royalties. You might get your royalties from the record label that's received their LOD from the artist, but that's only one piece of the pie. You need to also submit an LOD to your CMO, your collective management organization, to receive the full breadth of your royalties. And the Sound Exchange royalties and PPL royalties are not subject to recoupment. That will always be paid through to you. That's a huge benefit to our producers.
So just bear in mind, if you're a producer in the UK, you're not deemed to be eligible for royalty income unless you have an eligible studio producer form. Just because you produced on a record doesn't mean to say that you will be eligible for royalties. You do need sight of that form. You can claim other roles if you've done, for example, programming or keyboards or guitars or any other audible contribution on the recording, but to be eligible for the producer role, you must obtain that signed form.
Thank you for listening to Money in the Air. Remember, go to www.ifar.com and become a member. And then you can ask us anything anytime. Or you can always email us at info@ifr.co.uk. And don't forget, we have our conference coming up, which is the first ever and only conference dedicated to neighboring rights. It's June 21st and 22nd. Make sure you sign up now. Bye.